Good evening. Welcome to Foster Follies, presented by the Swamp Meadow Community Theater. I am your host, Becky Adams, your virtual host. Welcome to our virtual show. We have a great lineup tonight. Good evening. Welcome to Foster Follies. We have a great lineup tonight. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk to the person, and then we're going to show a video, and then we're going to talk to them again. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be a little crazy. Some little boxes on the screen. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying my best. So I'm actually going to start off the show tonight with a little stand-up. It's going to be weird because I'm sitting down and I'm talking to a screen instead of to a room full of people. So the good news is that I won't know if I bomb because I won't hear any of your heckling and I won't hear any of your groaning or any of that. So, but I also won't hear any laughing. So I don't know, just the voices in my head. So the first time I did stand up at Follies, I talked about being in my 40s and how it was so funny. Ha ha ha. Well, now I'm in the 50s and it is a very different decade. It's like Mother Nature has doubled down on all the problems from the 40s. My memory is trashed. I don't even know how many dwarfs there are, never mind their names. 10 commandments? It's been whittled down to 2. Cut it out, knock it off. I'm grouchy now. Something always hurts. I have continuous metacarpal absolute immobilitis. And I've experienced this more than once at the doctor's office. Most recently at the eye doctor. Wow. Oh, we've been overcorrecting your left eye. Your eyes are really messed up. Huh, he was all eager. Yeah, I don't like it when they're eager, okay? It's not a good sign. It means that you're some kind of medical mystery, and you don't want to be that. Your wrist hasn't healed at all. In fact, it's gotten worse. Wow, we're going to have to do surgery. Wow. Yeah, a lot of things breaking down in the 50s. Breaking down and heating up. I get hot flashes. It's a heat that comes from way deep inside, in the very depths of your soul, and it whooshes through your body, and flames come pouring out of the top of your head. It's heat from the fiery depths of hell. It's so molten that Satan himself says, "Oh, that's too hot." Whoosh. And then I'm immediately freezing cold, icy cold, freezing, shivering, cold all day. I'm not hot. I'm not cold. I'm hot, cold, all day, hot, cold, all night, hot, cold. I'm going to give you guys, I'm going to help you out, men. Okay. Why is she so cranky? She's on fire. Bring her a cold drink, but have a hot one on standby. So, while the 50s have my midsection a little more padded, this decade also sees my wallet being more padded. I finally get why people in their 50s buy sports cars. It's not a midlife crisis, so they can finally afford it. No more paying for college and video games and toys and sports equipment and sneakers. Done. I'm rich. And in my head, I look like I'm in my 30s when I'm driving around that sports car, because that's how I feel inside. So just put the throttle down and don't look in the mirror. So I have a friend who is just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. She's beautiful. And she will turn 50 next month. And she keeps saying, "I'm going to be 50. And I say, "It's fine." I'm lying. It's for her own good. I like to go places with her because she's like my invisibility cloak. When we're standing side by side, nobody sees me at all. I could trip and fall, have spinach in my teeth, toilet paper on my shoe. Nobody's going to notice. I could shoplift or pick my nose or eat 3 desserts. Nobody sees. I'm totally safe. And she's really nice about it. She's very gracious, Total strangers come up to her, compliment her. I love your hair. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, you're so pretty. Thank you, she says. She always tells me, you have natural beauty. You've got sass. You're funny. She's so gracious. I love her. It's okay. I know what I look like. I'm cool with it. I literally do not care. I finally understand after all these years why my grandpa Zavatsky was always saying, "Bleh." He was over 50. He did not care. Grandpa, I think we ran over the curb. Bleh. Grandpa, we left a box of cup of soup in the carriage and now we're stealing it. Bleh. And of course the manager saw it, but he was over 50. So he just said, bleh. There is a reason why women my age are rarely stalking victims. First of all, where are you going to stalk me? You going to follow me to Stop and Shop and CVS? Have at it. You're going to call me up and make threats? I will make your life a living hell. Oh, really? I'm in the middle of menopause, pal. I doubt you can compete. Also, if someone tries to rob me, I'll just be like, cut it out. I don't have time to get robbed. I gotta get home and take this evening primrose oil anti-menopause herbal supplement because a ball of flames is lit up in the center of my body and it's radiating out in dragon-like heat, exploding, pop, 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 sweat beads along my brow. Hey, where'd he go? So, you know how your CVS receipt has like 16 feet of coupons for stuff you just bought and they all expire next week? Mine does not. Mine is different. My CVS receipt has coupon after coupon for makeup. It's like CVS is saying, lady, please fix your face. We will give you a discount if you would just apply some makeup. And I stare defiantly at the security camera and say, I don't want to. Plus, I don't know how. And if I haven't learned it by the 50s, it's not happening. Besides, you never see Wonder Woman applying makeup. Hold on. I'll be right there. No, she gets it done. She has an invisible jet and a magic lasso, and she doesn't need your makeup, CVS, and neither do I. I'm flinging that lengthy receipt around my shoulders like a shiny white pashmina, and I stalk through those automatic doors like the Wonder Woman I am. Yeah, I'm getting older. It's okay. I know I'm old because I got a Roomba for Christmas. And I was like shrieking with joy. I was jumping up and down. I was so excited. It was like I won the lottery. I kind of did. I know I'm old because I call customer service and I expect to talk to a human. Also, while I'm on hold for a robot, I'm jamming to the instrumental hold music. Ain't I walking? Ooh, I'll never be your beast of burden. Never, 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 never me. Anyway, I'm at the age where I am happily composing my list of never do's. Stuff I feel like I am no longer obligated to try and do. Never gonna go skydiving. Never have to scale a mountain. I don't even want to drive up one. I don't have one of those "this car climbed Mount Washington" stickers, and I don't need one. Never have to run a marathon. Never have to visit Africa or any other exotic location that doesn't have good hotels. Best of all, I don't even have to be likable. I'm in my office, people walk by, they know if there's beads of sweat, don't come in. You know, as I get older, I polish my unlistening skills. My face almost never betrays me. I am so practiced at unlistening. I don't care what the boss is saying, and I can't hear the instructions anyway. Also, IT man, I don't know what your instructions mean. Your words don't fit together with my words. I stopped trying to understand technology 5 years ago. Bah. I mean, I have hobbies, I love to read fiction, I love the land of make-believe with all the different characters and plot lines and scenes. Yeah. The only problem is it's so fake. This one character in a series of books by Harlan Coben, Win, he's a billionaire, okay? And he always swoops in with his private jet and his advanced jujitsu to save his buddy Myron. Come on. Then you got Lucas Davenport from the John Sanford Prey series. Every woman he meets falls in love with him. Really? Every single woman? Get over yourself. I'm so cranky, I get mad at fictional characters. When I commuted 2.5 hours a day to work, I listened to books on CD. See, I almost said books on tape. Anyone in our audience ever heard of tape? Anyway, so there's nothing like reading a book out loud to expose bad dialogue. I hate bad dialogue. Also, if I didn't immediately like the sound of the person's voice, I just pop that CD out of the player and toss it aside. Nope. You have to be careful though. If the narrator's voice is too soothing, you could fall asleep at the wheel. There's been times. Anyway, there I am. I'm alone in the car listening to a book. And sometimes I would find myself talking back to the book, saying, come on, are you serious? The female main characters are usually slim with wide gray eyes and auburn hair. They eat a sandwich and a cup of black coffee for lunch. Where are the chips? Where's the soda? Where's the cookie? How does hot coffee go with a cold sandwich? Come on. Complaining to the book. And my biggest pet peeve, that which I find most insulting, that grates on my nerves, that makes me grit my teeth, the speed with which these characters accomplish ordinary tasks. Showering, dressing, drying the hair, putting on makeup, 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, I might be done showering. I might be standing in the closet trying to figure out what I'm going to wear. Maybe. These book people are also super speedy domestic mavens. They vacuum and dust and tidy the kitchen, and 10 minutes later, they're out the door. What? No, I don't know how they do that. I am the slowest person I know. From the time I get out of bed to the time I climb back in, I'm slower than everybody else. I eat slowly. I dress slowly. I make decisions slowly. I shop slowly. I pack slowly. I do housework slowly. I timed myself at work. I compared myself to my work bestie. She can use the restroom in half the time it takes me. She asked me, "What are you doing in there?" Well, I don't know. I'm adjusting my clothes. I'm looking in the mirror. I'm imagining that I got Botox. I'm trying to fix my hair. I'm washing my hands really, really well, and I'm drying them vigorously. And, before I know it, time has passed. And friends, that is how I got to be in my 50s. So there's my stand-up for tonight, people. Now, we're going to talk to Marin Flynn and Audrey Dubois. They are going to be doing a skit for us called God and Sheep. And I have some information about these ladies. Audrey's bio, what she says, she's a longtime member of Swamp Meadow Community Theater, performing in shows since 2008 and serving on the board since 2017. She's currently completing a master's degree in creative writing at Emerson College. Cool. She also performs on stage with Bring Your Own Improv and spends her time listening to audiobooks and talking to her cats, who have yet to talk back. And then we've got Marin Marin Flynn. Hi, Marin. She is currently serving on the board of Swamp Meadow Community Theater as their Artistic Director of Theater Education. She is thrilled to be participating in Foster Follies this year. I'm thrilled to have you, girl. Even though she's wishing we could all be together in person, she's excited to try this fun new format. We all miss doing live stage work, and she's missing the different theaters she's worked with all over Southern New England and all the choirs she was singing with until the pandemic started. Marin was working at one of the best jobs in the world for the past 4 years at Mystic Seaport Museum in Connecticut until she was one of 200 employees who were laid off at the end of March due to COVID. She looks forward to the day when she can once again return to working there. Until then, she's currently teaching voice and acting lessons via Zoom, Skype, and FaceTime. I'm going to think about this. Not being busy with rehearsing, she's made a lot of time to participate in local art classes, small in-person socially distanced ones at Tiverton, at Creative Purpose, and also some virtual art classes over Zoom with Jessie Jules Art in Warwick. So feel free to follow Marin's Instagram, where she posts all her artistic photos. It's Marin Horsepower. So MERYNNHORSEPOWER. Power girl. And Marin has finally taken this time off from her busy life and work schedule to focus on her health. Look at me. I'm grouchy, huh? She was diagnosed with stage 2 colon cancer last September, and in December, they were able to remove the entire tumor through surgery. And she just started 6 months of chemo and looks forward to better, warm summer days. And we look forward to that too. And we are like rooting for you and whatever positive thoughts going to you. So Marin's going to be on the road to recovery. And she would like to encourage everyone to keep up with their colonoscopies and not put them off like she did.
Yep.
Girl, colonoscopy was the best thing ever.
I know. I woke up and I was like, oh my God, what was I missing? This is like the best nap in my life. I was scared for nothing.
It's scared for nothing.
I know.
I have been chasing that sleepy time ever since. I've never slept so well.
I know. So not going to put it off again, ever.
Good.
Yeah.
Me neither.
Mm-hmm.
How's it going, Audrey?
I'm pretty good too. Haven't had any colonoscopies recently, but still pretty good. Yeah.
I think you have like 25 more years. All right. We're excited to watch your video.
Oh, I'm excited to see it again. It's been a while. This is a blast from the past video.
All right, cool.
Vintage.
Here we go.
Hey. How's it going? Oh, darn, I'll forget. I'll give you the power of eloquence. 1 second. Hey, sheep.
Greetings, Lord.
How's it going?
Monotony plagues us. Plagues us.
Oh, well, that's too bad.
'Tis.
Maybe I can help?
Can you alleviate the
How's it
oppression of a
going?
life sustained only for the purpose
Oh,
of
darn, I'll
shearing
forget.
and
I'll give you the
slaughter?
power of eloquence. I can give you funny noses.
Don't trouble yourself. We'll just simply continue grazing. Grazing.
Hang on, I forgot to give you optimism. 1 second. Hey, sheep.
Hiya, God!
How's it going?
Can't complain, really. We'd laugh, but we're not really quite sure we know how. But that's okay.
I'm glad you're in a good mood because I have a job for you.
Do you want us to be jubilant? Because if so, mission complete.
Well, I like that you're happy, but actually, I need you to spread a message to mankind.
Oh, sure thing. What is it?
I need you to tell them that I'm flooding the earth.
A flood? That sounds like fun. Some of us could use a good swim to work off that excess summer weight. Isn't that right, Carl? Oh, we're merely joshing you, Carl.
No, it's actually not fun. Everybody is going to die, and only 2 of every animal will be saved.
Oh, so two of us are going to be okay? Well, that doesn't sound completely morose. After all, we can always procreate and make more sheep.
I'd rather not think about sheep procreating if that's all right with you.
Suit yourself. Unfortunately, we won't be able to convey that bad news to mankind. You see, unfortunately, they don't take things as well as we do, and we'd feel terrible at knowing that we'd drenched their last few hours on Earth in despair. Couldn't we just let them expire in peace? It would be the kindest way.
I guess we could do that. Yeah, sure, why not? The good news is all sheep on Earth get to survive. You'll just have to build a giant boat for all of you to stay on until the waters go down.
Oh dear.
Is something wrong?
Well, you see, we've got our line dancing tournament coming up this next weekend, and we really don't know when we'll have the time to build the sort of boat that you speak of.
But if you don't do this, you will die.
But if we miss our tournament,
Why not?
we risk
The good news is all
delicate demise of the culture of line dancing. One death is tangible and the other is intangible, Lord, but both are equally important.
Okay, I don't even know what you're talking about, and I invented speech.
We would say, well, perhaps you could reschedule it to another time. We would say next month, but that's when we're having our flamenco convention, and those are so hard to reschedule.
Maybe you don't understand me. I am offering your species the opportunity to be the only surviving race on the planet. Aside from all sheep and 2 of every other kind of animal, they're all going to die.
That's the other thing. We're afraid that we couldn't spend a prolonged amount of time in a boat if goats were to be involved.
Why not?
We don't get along.
Why not?
They smell.
So do you.
Yeah, but that's our smell. We can tolerate our smell, but we just wouldn't be able to tolerate the smell of goats. We'd, vomit up our kale puree. Oh, there will be kale served on the cruise, won't there?
First of all, this is not a cruise, this is a lifeboat. It is the only thing standing in the way of your complete and total eradication. Second of all, what the heck is kale?
Perhaps we should just catch the next one.
There isn't going to be a next one.
Oh dear, somebody has a temper.
Of course I have a temper. I'm smiting everything in existence.
Oh, maybe you need a nap.
I'm an omnipotent being. I don't nap.
Maybe that's the problem.
Never mind. I'll just have the humans take care of everything. Pick the 2 of you that you want to see live, and the rest of you can come up here with me.
Okie dokie. Geez, since there's always 2 winners of the line dancing tournament anyways, we could always just
Second, I'm taking away your power of speech.
Bah.
That's right.
That was excellent. I loved it. I love the blast from the past.
That was fun. That brought back some good memories, Odd?
Yeah, if there's one thing I learned from that, it's that you should always save your high school graduation robe because you never know when you're going to need to play God.
True story. I had to find that the sheep hat ears on Etsy, but Audrey was all set.
Yep. So fun.
Good job. I loved it.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Next up, we have Karina and Holly Lauder, the Lauder girls. Hi.
Hello.
They will be doing Rainbow Connection. And these I've been on stage with you girls. We had a good time. So Karina is usually a Swamp Meadow mom behind the scenes. Once in a while, she comes out from hiding, though. But she did last year. It's been a whole over a
Right.
year now, but and Holly's been involved with Swamp Meadow for 4 years, and they love performing together. And they've done Follies in the past, and we all wish it was in person.
Yes,
But
yeah,
this isn't.
definitely.
It's not horrible.
No, but we did want to come up with a song that would bring some cheer, so that's what this is for.
I'm very glad. What's anything new? Anything new, Holly?
I started working 2 jobs. So I'm babysitting and then I work at a local cafe. And then yeah, I'm a senior in high school now, so I'm finishing that. I have a driver's license now. So
Oh my God.
been a lot of growing up since the last time I saw everybody.
Yeah. Wow. That's awesome. And Karina, you look happy about that?
Hey, I'm holding down the fort, man. It's a tough job. Someone's got to do it. Someone has to pet the dog.
Yeah, my dog just came in. So yeah. So, well, all right, we're gonna watch your video.
All right.
Sounds
Looking
good.
forward to it.
Why are there so many?
Well, all right, we're gonna watch your video.
Rainbows.
Sounds good.
What's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. Rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that every wish would be heard and answered? I wished on a morning star. Somebody thought of that, and someone believed it. Look what it's done so far. What's so amazing and keeps us stargazing? What do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Have you been half asleep, and have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Are these the sweet songs that call the young sailors? I think they're one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me.
That was great, guys.
Thank
That
you.
was so uplifting.
Aw.
Aw, thank you so much.
Takes me back to my childhood and Kermit the Frog. And
Gotta love good old Muppets.
that's right. Can't go wrong with the Muppets, right?
Yeah.
That's right. Everybody needs a little green.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thanks. We'll see you later.
All right. Bye, guys. Next up, we have Audrey Dubois. And this time, hi, she's
Hello. Me again.
back.
What a delight.
It is. It absolutely is. Delightful for you to be interacting with me, I'm supposed to, right?
Of course, of
Of
course.
course, of course.
That's
So
right.
Audrey's doing a skit. So you wrote this, hence the master's degree in writing. So
Yeah, I have to earn my degree somehow. Yeah, this is an autobiographical monologue. Never before performed on stage, and still never performed on stage because this is a pre-recorded reading. So there's still time next year. But I'm excited to debut it, I guess.
when did you write it and when did you do it?
This was I started writing it in high school actually because it was based on an experience that happened to me in high school. But I've just been working on it, and I published it last summer. So
Oh, that's cool.
yeah,
I'm so impressed. Published.
right. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
I have to
I'm
earn my degree
impressed.
somehow. That's what I keep telling myself.
Yes. No, but good for you, girl. Good. All right. Now we're going to watch Audrey.
Yes. The day I had my oatmeal privileges revoked. By all accounts, my living situation was more than comfortable. I reclined on a fancy adjustable bed, propped up at an angle. My room had its own bathroom, and a huge window overlooking the city. All my meals were delivered to me by a friendly and pleasant staff, and I spent all day rewatching such classic films as Finding Nemo and Shrek 2. When you put a certain spin on it, the inpatient ward of a children's hospital doesn't sound like a bad place to be. It was 6 days after I had a troublesome coil of intestine removed. The inflamed scar tissue in my digestive system had made a nuisance of itself earlier that year, and I was ready to say, good riddance. As my gastroenterologist eloquently put it, when you got a knot in the tube and you can't untie it, you cut out the knot and glue the two ends back together. As a special bonus, the surgeon threw in a free appendectomy, a 2-for-1 blue light special on problematic organ removal. My colon was now held together with titanium staples, and all I had to show for it were 2 laparoscopic incisions under a healthy coat of gauze. And, on this day 6, I was bitter. I'd been promised to be out of the hospital between 3 and 5 days after the operation, and 6 falls significantly further outside that range than one might expect when looking at the raw numbers. On paper, 6 is not that much more than 5. In a hospital room, 6 and 5 can't even be measured using the same instruments. If I wasn't measuring the time in days, I might have measured it in roommates. Since the time I first woke up after surgery, no less than 4 teenage girls had cycled through the bed next to mine, either with appendicitis or an appendicitis false alarm. I never talked to any of them, but between us I felt this mutual respect. We weren't there to make friends. We were there to get treatment for our debilitating abdominal pain and move on with our lives. While waiting for the completion of the healing process, I had nothing better to do than lie in a stagnant pool of my own misery, always poised to complain belligerently about anything that dared interact with my physical senses. For instance, the godless screech of the IV drip when you moved your arm more than 4 inches at once, or the sharp plastic edge of the chunky ID bracelet, or the way every single item in the hospital was one of 3 colors. 1. Approaching mint. The standard issue gowns were a color that wanted to embody green, but got lost along the way. The socks, too. Also, the thick utilitarian socks featured a rubber nonstick tread on both the top and the bottom of the foot, creating so much friction that it would have defied the laws of physics to even think about slipping. 2. Grayish pink. All the trays, dishes, and bins were clearly from the same botched-up batch at the plastic factory. I found it uncomfortable that the containers used to store arts and craft supplies were exactly the same shade as the pails offered to you when you need to vomit. The window panes and wall trim bore this color too, as if a woman once turned to her husband and said, "Honey, let's paint the baby's room Amazon River Dolphin." 3. Off, 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 off white. The plastic frame of the bed and the floor tiles emanated this distinctly unbleached vibe that would have been mistaken for dinginess if it didn't smell so strongly of sanitizer. The only object that did not fall into any of these categories was the morphine button. Everything around me was this ugly muted pastel, like an Easter greeting card as viewed through a smudged mirror. But that button was a vibrant royal blue, ripped straight from Van Gogh's Starry Night. It was exhilarating to look at. The color was a drug in itself. By that 6th day, I barely even used the morphine anymore. If anything hurt, it wasn't the sutures in my stomach. It was my eyes, fatigued from switching between Facebook and worldofsolitaire.com for almost a week. My throat was in pain too. Just the previous day, day 5, I'd had a nasogastric tube removed by a nervous student nurse, dragging stomach acid into my nasal cavity and grating my esophagus along the way. The process was not an enjoyable one, but it did free up the space for such popular recreational activities as food. After the tube was gone and the nursing student was done apologizing, I was put on a clear diet, which is described to me as you can eat anything that you can see through, like lollipops, jello, broth, or shards of broken glass. I never drank broth on principle, that principle being that lukewarm, meat-flavored liquid salt is not good. The lollipops were inoffensive, but the staff would always bring flavors I didn't want, like lemon or grape or whatever green it was supposed to be. I wanted red. Red was the best flavor. I never got red. So all I had been eating was Jell-O, or, more accurately, off-brand flavored gelatin snack. There must have been a time when I was 5 or 6 when an exclusively Jell-O-based diet sounded like a dream come true. At the age of 17, I could confirm with all certainty that it was not. As hungry as I was, I resisted asking for a meal tray, because I knew I would just find an amalgam of sugar and food coloring whose consistency transcended the boundaries between liquid and solid. I was passive-aggressively posting online about the hospital's limited color scheme when I heard the mechanic whir of the Purell dispenser outside my room, a sound which had become my reveille. One of the multitude of nameless nurses opened the door. They all looked vaguely similar in my post-op haze. My efforts to distinguish them ended shortly after I was introduced to the third one. My own sister could have walked through the door with a saccharine smile and cartoon character scrubs, and I would have been none the wiser. I instinctively put aside my keyboard under the assumption that she was going to check my pulse or heartbeat again. Instead, she stood at the door with a clipboard grasped in both hands. "Good news! So, actually, you're going to be allowed to transition to a solid foods diet now. Can I get you something?" My mother shot me a look that somehow communicated both, "I'm thrilled to hear that we're making progress," and "about time." "What do you have?" asked Mom. The nurse shoved her clipboard under her arm and started counting off on her fingers. "Let's see. We have oatmeal?" Oatmeal. I'm sure she continued listing a few more options, but that first item arrested my attention span. The power of suggestion had overtaken my faculty of choice. At that moment, absolutely nothing sounded better than a bowl of warm oats. After a few minutes of suspenseful anticipation, a different nurse entered bearing a styrofoam bowl and a plate of sugar packets. With that first bite, I felt my third eye open and my humors balance. My throat, still raw from intubation, graciously received its grainy baptism. I thanked my new god, the guy on the Quaker Oats box, for deliverance from another cold, slippery cup of yellow dye number 5. The oatmeal wasn't particularly good on an objective level, but since it shared no empirical qualities with Jell-O, I felt like a 17th century peasant invited to dine in the hall of his lord. After my life-changing religious experience and a few unwon rounds of solitaire, my surgeon opened the door. Since I had been unconscious for a majority of our interactions, I barely recognized his half-covered face. He wore a surgical mask and latex gloves, as if my room just happened to be on the way as he was rushing off to remove a kidney. He quickly inspected my healing scars and asked how I was feeling. A surgeon's interest in your health pretty much ends as soon as all the open holes in your body are stitched up. I should have known that his question was more out of courtesy than genuine interest, but I was tone deaf in my bliss. The absolute euphoric high of a proper breakfast was affecting me far more intensely than the morphine ever did. I ate oatmeal, I proclaimed in the prideful tone of a second grader who had just learned to tie her shoes and wanted the whole wide world to know. I saw his eyes scrunch up, concerned under the scrub cap. Out of all the reactions I might have anticipated, this was not among them. What? No, that's not right. You're still supposed to be on a clear diet. I'll let your nurse know. See you. After he shut the door, something in my morphine-warped mind snapped. I immediately started crying. The unfortunate cocktail of long-term confinement, sleep deprivation, and general malaise channeled all of my lethargic energy into a sobbing, pseudo-political rant. The right to eat oatmeal is a common courtesy that our society takes for granted. It's the 11th commandment carved into Moses' stone tablet, the fourth unalienable right penned into the Declaration of Independence. I never realized what an important liberty I possessed until it was denied. Was it really in the hands of this lone surgeon to revoke my right to eat oatmeal? And was it legal to retroactively repeal that right after I had already reaped its benefits? Was the brevity of this exchange an indicator of its integrity, or lack thereof? Could he be impeached, or was I not allowed to eat fruit yet? Ha! My mom laughed exactly once. You're a lot more talkative since they removed that tube. It was the only argument that I didn't have a rebuttal for. She clearly wasn't taking this seriously, but a smile broke through my outrage. If I was more alert, I might have seen that the oatmeal was a metaphor. It was hope. It was healing. It was a near future when I didn't have to feel so guilty all the time. Soon, Mom wouldn't have to sleep in an armchair next to my bed. Soon, I wouldn't be the reason our health insurance nearly hit the annual limit. Soon, I wouldn't be failing out of pre-calc for missing so many classes. Soon, the shame would stop spiking like blood pressure. There were so many soons in that styrofoam bowl. I swallowed them greedily with a packet of sugar. And within a span of 30 seconds, the surgeon crushed that promise of the future in his sterile gloved palm. It was like he grabbed me by the IV line, looked me in the eyes, and told me, "Your useless, fistula-ridden colon is going to keep draining time and money and energy from your family, and there's nothing you can do about it. Punk." But I was not more alert, and if anyone asked me why I was crying so hard, I would have said it was the oatmeal. Whatever the cause of this generalized hurt, I was not interested in experiencing any of it. Perhaps in an effort to stave off this new brand of pain I didn't have the energy to understand, I pushed the big blue morphine button. I quickly fell asleep, eyelids heavy with betrayal, dreaming of online solitaire. That girl looked so familiar.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah,
That
speaking of colonoscopies, right? It's pretty relevant. That's
Yeah.
the theme for today.
I guess that's our theme for this show. Okay.
Yeah. Well, regardless, I feel like my philosophy is, if anything happens, it'll at least make a charming anecdote for my memoirs someday.
That's the way a writer looks at life.
Exactly. Thank you so much for having me in Foster Follies, Becky. So nice
Thank
to see
you.
guys.
Yes. So good to have you, Audrey. All right. Take care.
Thanks.
So next up, we have Emma Radigan. There she is. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm pretty good.
I have a bio about you that you've been involved with Swamp Meadow since you were 11 years old. During the summer of 2006 is when you had your first role. That's pretty amazing. And you played Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. Nice job. I did that in 6th grade. And then I put it on my Swamp Meadow resume for the first play I auditioned for without at age 40. Because it was all I had. Anyway, so, oh my God, you have so many things. So, but it's been years since you've been on the stage. Are you going to come back and do some acting?
I would like to at some point. I think the last time that I actually was acting, I did a show at the Golden Lamb Buttery, which is a restaurant that is closed now, but they used to do this thing called Theater in the Barn. And so that must have been in 2016. It was called Circle Mirror Transformation. But yeah, it's been a few years. I've kind of been busy being a teacher and doing lots of things. So there's been no time, but I would like to come back at some point.
Oh yeah, yeah, we love it. So Emma's hobbies include running long distances, girl. Well, singing with the church worship team, reading lots of books, yes, and spending time with her lovely husband, Jed. You will see him later, and you will hear about him as well. So now we're going to play this video. Emma Radigan singing.
Where dips the rocky highland of Sleuthwood in the lake, there lies a leafy island where the flapping herons wake. The drowsy water rats, there within a fairy band, full of berries and of reddest stolen cherries. Come away, O human child, to the waters and the wild, a fairy hand in hand, through the world's marvel weeping, and you can understand. When a wave of moonlight glosses the pale grey sands with light, far off by furthest Rosses, we footed all the night, weaving all in dances, mingling hands and mingling glances, till the moon has taken flight. To and fro we leap, chase the frothy bubbles, for the world is full of trouble and is anxious in her sleep. Come away, O human child, to the waters and the wild, with a fairy hand in hand, for the world's marvel weeping, and you can understand. And away with us he's going, the solemnite. He'll hear no more the lowing of the calves on the warm hillside, nor the cattle on the haw sing peace unto his breast, or see the brown mice baw round and round the oatmeal chest. For he comes, the human child, to the waters and the wild, the fairy hand in hand, for the world's more full of weeping than he can understand.
Emma, that was amazing.
Thank you. And actually, if anybody was interested for kind of the background behind that, this is where I get to maybe be a teacher for just a second.
Oh, yes.
So that song is actually based on a poem by my favorite poet, W.B. Yeats, who was an Irish nationalist and is regarded as probably Ireland's greatest poet. And
wow.
it very much kind of takes into account the mythology of Ireland, the history of like, you've got the fairies and the fae. And as much as we like to think of fairies as these little like innocent, cute creatures, in Ireland, they're a lot more sinister and a lot scarier. So this poem is really kind of sinister in the sense that it's about the fae coming to kind of take a child away. And in Ireland, a lot of times too, parents kind of try to use that mythology to kind of explain why babies died or why kids went missing and stuff like that. So it's like a little bit sad, but also super creative. But yeah, I just thought you guys might want to know a little bit about it.
Oh yeah, that is cool. It's beautiful. And like, there's a lot of minor chords in it. Yeah. See, I remember a little bit of music. Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun. And for me, it's kind of a nice way. Before I became a teacher, my background originally was in English. That's what my original bachelor's and master's was in. And so it's kind of a nice way to bring back that part of myself to share that with you guys tonight.
Wow. Impressive. You teach at EastCon?
Yes, I'm a special ed teacher. I work with emotionally and behaviorally disturbed children. Wow. It's my favorite thing. I love it. It's definitely my calling in life.
Yeah, I kind of get that. I get that. Is it the EastCon that's way out Route 6, like almost to Willimantic?
Yep, I teach in Columbia. That's the Educational and Vocational Center.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
Oh, that's good. That's good. And those kids are really lucky to have you.
Oh, thank you.
Really
I'm lucky to have
them. I'll let them know. You kids are lucky. All right. We'll see you later on when you're singing with Jed.
Thank you.
All right. That was Emma. So now we're going to get a sneak peek of Cyrano, and we're going to talk to Tyler Vision about it. Hey, Tyler.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing all right. I am surrounded by my garments as I am in my recording studio, aka my closet.
Well, I am in the spare room, aka the spare room.
Technically, my closet has become a spare room. We just shove stuff in here. This is fine.
Yeah.
A bunch of cool stuff in here. This is a sword cane. Lots of stuff. When you're in as many productions as I've been in, you tend to just collect things.
Potential. I don't see any dresses hanging in that closet. Did you?
I may have somewhere. No. They didn't let me bring home any of the magnificent dresses that I wore in MASH. I had a bunch of them, but no, I mean those were pricey, so I wouldn't have.
First time I ever met Tyler, he was wearing a dress. He was Klinger in MASH. Phenomenal. Oh my God. I laughed a lot.
That play was really, really fun.
It was very fun.
And then so many good, just good memories, good performances. Yeah, fun. And I learned how to wear heels. They weren't high heels, but they were pumps. So I'll give myself a little bit of credit. I can my heels are now a little bit stronger.
It took, your calves looked fabulous, and
Thank you.
And you really had to work to learn to wear them, because I remember watching you learning how to walk.
It was I needed that's one of the reasons why I had to go to college to get a degree. It's just it took a long time. but yeah, that was fun.
So I know, like, we're all so really eager to get back on a real stage and be in a room with people and all of that, but we're stuck online for now. So what is this project that you're doing with Cyrano online? Explain.
So this is a project that we've been working on for probably about a year now. We're wrapping up at about a year. It's something I've never personally done. So Cyrano de Bergerac in Space is a adaptation of Edmond Rostand's 1897 play about the Renaissance man Cyrano de Bergerac. the original play is very, it's romantic, it's swashbuckling, it's got action, adventure, war, drama, and it really lends itself very, very well to a space opera setting. And this has been a idea of mine that has been boiling in my head ever since I was in high school and I first read the show. And I absolutely, I love the show. It's my favorite play. It's a real treat, and the dialogue is really snappy and fun, which I have and everybody we have eight or so eight actors who are all recording their own lines in their own homes, and they've all done a fantastic job, and I'm very, very proud of them. So we're currently wrapping up production right now, so we should be getting that out soon to you guys. But I do have a clip to little sneak peek for the whole audience at home for the upcoming show.
Awesome.
I think the scene, and I'll do this like we're on Jimmy Fallon. Hey, so I think the clip that
I don't stay up that late, dude. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I don't know either. Half the time I don't know what I'm talking about. But the clip that I'm about to show you is Cyrano de Bergerac has just barged into this theater that is set on this spaceship deck, and it's overlooking this magnificent galactic space, and you've got a planet in the background, and it's a completely orbed theater with the with space as the backdrop. So Cyrano has just booted this guy who he does not like off the stage, and so one of the ushers and one of the people in the audience, Flanquin, played by you just saw her perform, Audrey Dubois, comes up to him and basically says, "Hey, what's up, dude?" So that's the clip. That's a little background, and I won't tell any more.
Okay, I'm looking forward.
But I am not...
Show your heels, now!
But I am just
Or tell me why you stare so at my nose.
But,
Well, what is there strange?
My friend mistakes.
How now, pal? Is't soft and dangling? Like a trunk?
I never...
Is it crooked like a Blarkberg's beak?
Well, I
Do you
don't...
see a wart upon the tip?
Nay, not at all, sir. No.
Or a bug that takes the air there? What is there to stare at?
Oh...
What do you see?
But I was so careful not to look.
And why not look at it? And if you please...
I was...
Oh, it disgusts you.
Sir.
Its hue unwholesome seems to you.
Sir.
Or its shape.
No. On the contrary.
Why then that air disparaging? Perchance you think it large.
No. Small. Quite small. Minute.
Minute. What now? Accuse me of a thing ridiculous. Small? My nose?
Oh, Admiral, help me.
'Tis enormous! Old, flathead, empty-headed ticket keep! Know that I am proud possessing such a snus rocket! 'Tis well known a big nose is indicative of a soul affable and kind and courteous, liberal, brave, just like myself, and such, as you can never dare to dream yourself, rascal contemptible! For that witless face that my hand soon will come to cuff is all as empty of pride, of aspiration, of feeling, poetry, of godlike spark, of all that appertains to my big nose, as what my boot will shortly come and kick.
Oh, help! Call the security droids!
Take notice, boobies all, who find my visage's center ornament a thing to jest at, that it is my wont. And if the jokester's noble, ere we part to let him taste my steel and not my boot.
But he becomes a nuisance, Valver.
Swaggerer.
Will no one put him down?
No one. But wait. I'll treat him to one of my quips. See here, sir. Your nose is... It is very big.
Very.
Ha! Ha!
Is that all?
What do you mean?
Ah, no. Young Giggot, that was a trifle short. You might have said at least 100 things by varying the tone. Like this, suppose. Aggressive. Sir, if I had such a nose, I'd amputate it. Friendly. When you eat, it must annoy you dipping in your meat. You need an eating bowl of special shape. Descriptive. 'Tis a rock, a peak, a cape forsooth. 'Tis a peninsula. Curious. How serves that oblong capsula? For scissor sheath or cup to hold your drink? Gracious. You love the little birds, I think. I see you've managed with a fond research to find their tiny claws a roomy perch. Truculent. When you smoke your pipe, suppose that the tobacco smoke spouts from your nose. Do not the passengers, as the fumes rise higher, cry terror-struck, the starship is afire? Considerate. Take care, your head bowed low by such a weight, lest o'er head or heels you go. Cavalier. The last fashion, friend, that hook? To hang your hat on, 'tis a useful crook. Empathetic. No wind, O majestic nose, can give thee cold, save when the siren blows. Dramatic. When it bleeds, whatever it see. Admiring. Sign for a perfumery. Rustic. That thing, a nose? Mary, come up, 'tis a dwarf pumpkin or a prize turnip. Military. Pointed against enemy ships. Practical. Put it in the lottery. Assuredly 'twould be the biggest prize. Simple. When is the monument on view? Such, my dear sir, is what you might have said, had you of wit or letters the least jot. But oh, most lamentable man, of wit you never had an atom, and of letters you have 3 letters only. They spell ass.
Hear his arrogance! A lowly cadet with no medals or communicator glove.
True. All my elegances are within.
Complete loser! Rascally flat-footed idiot!
Ah, how do you do? And I, Cyrano Hercule de Bergerac.
Cyrano de Bergerac. In space.
All right, and that's the sneak peek. Hope you guys enjoyed that.
Very much so.
Thank you. And I'll say it here. So the first episode is set to air on April 26th, Monday.
Write it
and
down.
it should be coming to all major podcast destinations, but you can look on our website, swampmeadow.org, for updates, and basically everything will be there, and we'll let you know when it's coming out, all right?
Yeah. Really looking forward to it.
Thank you.
That had me giggling. As usual, Tyler.
Thank you. I'm a very silly man.
Yes, indeed. And we do appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right. Coming up next, we have Maya Madison. She will be singing.
Hi.
Maya, hi.
How
Hi.
are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good, thank you.
So tell us about yourself, because I did not receive a bio about
Oh,
you.
didn't? Okay.
I don't know what happened.
sent
I don't
it,
know, man.
thought of.
I'm sure you did. I
Well, I'm currently a sophomore at the Prout School in Wakefield, and I act, I sing, I dance, the usual. And basically, I just love any opportunity to put a smile on someone's face and just to kind of use the arts as a medium to kind of embrace the uniqueness and the diversity and just all these amazing qualities about life, and just kind of trying to use this time that we have a little bit of a hiatus of the normal performance and try to find new ways to make art. And I've been finding myself as an artist a lot, which is pretty cool. So despite the circumstances, I'm thankful for what we've been given to kind of just explore this new platform for the arts.
Well, that is wonderful. And I totally agree with you. Because I think that in the springtime, I noticed that I was noticing spring. I actually saw it happening as it was happening, instead of just one day it was snowy and then one day there was flowers and I didn't notice anything in between.
Yeah, and I really hope that once this is all over, we can kind of just really appreciate the people that we can be there in the moment with. Maybe get off our phones a little bit. I know I'm guilty of that. So as a teenager, what else is new?
That's okay. It's a screen type of thing tonight, though, so you're good.
Right.
And it's very nerve-wracking for those of us who are very old. And I would rather be standing in the center of Gillette Stadium with every single seat filled I
Oh,
would rather be doing that than.
I feel the same way, and I do it every day in my classes. There's just something about it.
Yeah, it's scary. Yeah, I
But
don't.
You're doing amazing. So
Thank you. I'm trying my best. All right, let's listen to Maya's song.
awesome.
What I wanted was to fall asleep, close my eyes and disappear, like a petal on a stream, a feather on the air. Lily white and poppy red, I tremble as he laid me out. You won't feel a thing, he said, when you go down. Nothing gonna wake you now. Dreams are sweet until they're not. Men are kind until they aren't. Flowers bloom until they rot and fall apart. Is anybody listening? I open my mouth and nothing comes out. Nothing gonna wake me now. Flowers, I remember fields of flowers, soft beneath my heels, walking in the sun. I remember someone by my side, turned his face to mine, and then I turned away into the shade. The one I left behind. If you ever walk this way, come and find me lying in the bed I made.
Hello.
Hi.
Very nice.
Thank you.
That last line. Oh, come find me lying in the bed that I made. Oh, I love that.
There's just something so incredible about the Hades town, just the lyrics and the soundtrack. I love it so much. And honestly, there's something in the song that while it's obviously a pretty depressing song in some way, I feel like there's definitely an uplifting message in there. Like whenever I perform a song, I try to find a personal connection to it. And in this one, I kind of just felt, again, with this pandemic, like Eurydice was trying to live and eat, and we're trying to just survive and get through this. But she remembers her love, Orpheus, and kind of how she abandoned that and how much she regretted it. And so it's kind of a message to us, like, to make the most of this time before we regret letting it pass. And so that's just something I've been trying to keep in mind.
Wow.
The magic of musical theater.
You have it going on. How old are you?
I'm 16.
Okay. All right. I'm 51 and I do not have those kind of insightful.
But it's an amazing stand-up comedy. So that accounts for something.
Everybody has their niche.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you
I
so much
loved
for
your
having
song.
me.
You did a very good job.
Thank you.
And hopefully, we'll see each other like on a real stage in
Oh,
person.
I hope so.
Yeah. It's only a matter of time.
Only a matter of time.
All right. Enjoy
Thank you.
the weekend. All right. So now we are going to talk to Justin Taylor. He's going to do some improv tonight. Recorded improv though, right?
Yeah.
So I have your biography that you are 25, history major at Rick.
Yep.
What kind of history?
Well, I'm interested in all kinds of history, but I mean, I don't really think that it's not something that the type of history I'm into is film history, which I've never actually like taken a. It's a hobby basically. Like that portion of history that I enjoy studying. That's something I do in my own time outside of class.
Nice. I never appreciated history until I was all done with school, and then I was like, oh, that was kind of cool. I should have paid more attention. It's not good. So you have been studying improv for over a year. You had some experience before, but you've been doing taking improv classes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Where do you do it? Like, well, I'm online right now, I assume.
Well, I was this pillow kind of gives it away, the Providence Improv Guild. So if you don't like my performance, then you can blame them.
I like that the Providence improv. I'm like PIG. Oh yes. It just takes me a minute. It's okay. All right, we're gonna watch a video.
Hello, my name is Justin, and tonight I'm going to be doing a one-man improv show. In order to begin, I'm going to need a word from the audience. Ocean. Alright. Let's go with that. And start scene. Hello, my name is Larry. I'm an intern for the Nessie Research Association. Probably heard of us. We're a bit of a big deal, I promise. I went on my first Nessie hunting expedition. I brought my boat with me to Loch Ness, and I'm out there. It's a beautiful day. There's another guy in a boat out there, and I give a friendly wave, and he gives me an obscene gesture, which I'm not going to reproduce here because this is supposed to be family friendly. And so, with that out of the way, I start looking around with my binoculars, and I see her. I see Nessie. And so, I rush to get my camera. I come back out. The guy in the boat's in my way. I wait for him to leave. I already learned my lesson with trying to communicate with him. Ooh. And so he eventually he leaves, and Nessie is still there to my utter shock. So, I got my camera up snapping pictures, and, while I'm looking over them, my finger slips and hits the delete button. So all these pictures of Nessie now gone. Not sure how much longer they're gonna keep me in the association. But yeah. First day hunting for Nessie. And end of scene. Hope you enjoyed.
Yes, I did. I enjoyed. It's a family show, so you did not show the obscene gesture. And I also like the pushing of the button on the camera in all the photos. Because I could see myself doing that in real life. Like, oh my God, it's the monster. I've got pictures. Oh, no, I don't. Nice job.
Thank you.
Thank you for making us laugh during a pandemic.
And thank you for having me.
Yes. All right. Well, we look forward to working again next year. Maybe in person. Oh. All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right. So next up, we have Maya Malo. Hi.
Hi, Becky. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
We have another 25-year-old and we have another teacher. Awesome.
Thanks.
Preschool teacher.
Yes.
That must be a lot of work.
Yeah, we were virtual for a little while, and then we just got back over the summer.
Mhm.
So it was definitely very different when we came back. Everything was changed. So it was hard getting used to everything.
Yeah, yeah. And like managing little kids and getting them to do you need them to do to be safe. And do they get it? Do they kind of
Yeah, I think they understand things are different. They see everybody wearing a mask. They wear masks. So I don't think they get the full concept, but some of them do know the name, like COVID and Corona. They say it, so they know of it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And some, I don't know, I like when they get older, I wonder if they will remember like this and how it was. It's interesting to me to think of the kids right now and what they will remember when they get older.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it's gonna be weird in like 25 years or so when I have kids and they're all like, "Oh, Mom, how was the pandemic of 2020?" It's like it's gonna be weird.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Maya has been singing for a very long time. Maya is a really, really good singer. In fact, Maya is part of the reason, like I was gonna be do Into the Woods, but then I dropped out partway through because some people have such beautiful voices that when they sing a song that's a little bit sad, you get emotional. I was like, yeah, I can't. You're
Yeah,
too
I
good.
understand that.
But I'm hoping that we'll be able to see Into the Woods eventually, someday.
I know. I'm very excited to get back into that.
Yeah, yeah. So Maya is going to sing "Wicked Game" by Chris Isaac. That's from my younger years. Right there. Nice. Good choice. Good choice.
Thank you.
We'll watch that video now.
save me but you. Strange what desire will make foolish people do. I never dreamed that I'd meet somebody like you. And I never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you. No, I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love with you. With you. What a wicked game to play to make me feel this way. What a wicked thing to do to let me dream of you. What a wicked thing to say. You never felt that way. What a wicked thing to do to make me dream of you. And I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love with you. With you. World was on fire, no one could save me but you. Its strange desire will make foolish people do. I never dreamed that I'd love somebody like you. And I never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you. No, I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love with you. With you. Nobody loves no one.
Man, Maya, I just went back to 1989. That's beautiful. And I love just like the, guitar backup. I like that. It's cool.
Thank you. My fiance actually did that. He did that part. I can't play guitar. I can play ukulele a little bit, but he does a much better job. I don't think I would have trusted myself to play this on the ukulele.
It's not really a ukulele song.
Would have been interesting.
Yeah, maybe. Well, Drake, hats off, bro.
I'll let him know.
Yeah. All right. Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too.
Thanks. Well, our next act is actually listed as Simon X and D Swizzle. I don't have any bio.
Hello, Internet.
So Simon, I would like to say, thank you for the Simon X tiara and
Yes, I went to many lengths to get that for you.
and the Simon X commemorative dog bone.
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
Thank you for, but I do have to tell you that as the host, I'm not really allowed to accept gifts from the performers.
It's honestly okay because like it's more of a thought than a right, and you got to just go with the flow. And when the flow goes, you gotta know. But yeah, no, like literally. But if you need a check, I'm sorry. That's all I really need. That's all I can give you. I'm sorry, man.
Put the tiara on and roll with it. That's all you're gonna do. All right. So so we're very much looking forward to your performance. D Shizzle, how are you doing tonight? It's good to see you as well.
You don't need to talk to him. He doesn't need to talk. I am. Try to keep it down. I am the client. I am the talent. So, but
thought I was.
No, I mean, everybody has a little bit of talent, but D Shizzle, he's okay. Like he's fine for a little bit, but you can just talk to me. It's fine. It's fine.
Well, so we're gonna watch your video now, and I'm sure we're gonna
my masterpiece. Yes, I know.
Yes, very much looking forward to it.
Good. Let's just keep it down.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Hello. For those of you who have not had the pleasure of meeting me, my name is Simon X. And the person on somewhere on the other end is my main man, D Shizzle. And we are two minstrels, traveling the world in search for the golden script. That little morsel of inspiration that men weep for. And I think, my friends, we have found it. We've traveled the lands of Arizona in search for the mystical iced tea of knowledge, which is all a metaphor for deforestation. But yes, my friends, in that distant lands not so far long ago, that is where me and my friend, D Shizzle, and Simon X, myself, have been traveling with this one song in mind, and we will play it for you soon. Very soon indeed. It is true. Myself and D Shizzle have been on hiatus for far too long. Far too long, I agree, friends. I know you've been weeping for me. For my music. And I will not deny it any longer that I will give you my poetry. Alright, friends. Sit back, because this is my inspiration. 1, 2, 3. This song was penned by Mark Hamill himself. My baby don't mess around because she loves me so. This I know for sure. But does she really want? But can't see me walk out that door. Can she, friends? Don't try to fight the feeling, 'cause the thought alone is killing me right now. Thank God for Mom and Dad for sticking together like we didn't know how. Hey, 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 Somebody once told me the world was gonna roll. I ain't sharp as tool in the shed, not the shed. They say, whatever happened to predictability? The years stop coming, and they don't stop coming. I spent a dime on a nickel. The milkman, the paperboy, MTV. You see your old familiar faces. Hey now, you're an all-star. Hey, hey, yeah. Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Well, thank you very much, friends. That was a song from here. And also from here. That's my mouth. I hope you enjoyed our little trip down memory lane. Even though they weren't memories, I hope you made some along the way. And until next time, friends, in the immortal words of J.K. Simmons, I want those pictures of Spider-Man. Thank you. My name is Simon X. That guy is unimportant. And we will catch you on the flip side. Thank you for joining us. Alright, now how do I get out of here? Where do I park my car?
I'm gonna be honest, folks. I have no idea who that was.
That was incredible.
Thank you.
I found
may wanna
myself in kind of a dreamlike state as I listened to it. Well, before the
Well,
singing.
my
anyway.
dear friend Ellen DeGeneres once told me that I was dreamlike. Sometimes I wish she was my friend, but she has denied so many of my calls. But that's for another story. Oh, jeez, the fuzz! Shh, get down! My name is Simon X. Is the shizzle. Hide all, delete all the YouTube bots. The algorithm is after us. Ah!
Thank you, Simon X and D Shizzle, for your original composition. Next, we have two real singers, Jed and Emma Radigan. It's Emma coming back. This time, she's bringing her husband with her. also, hi.
Hello.
Also a wonderfully talented singer. And he started at Swamp Meadow in 2019.
Long career.
Yep. She dragged him right on stage, like, come on up and sing with me, let's go.
That's why we got married. Automatic duet partner.
Only reason.
Oh, that's it. Tax purposes as well, I would imagine.
Oh yeah.
So, because Jed spent his high school years singing as a tenor in the choirs at Hartford Christian Academy and Torrington Christian Academy.
Yep.
And he also performed in multiple stage productions at his school. His favorite roles include playing King David of the biblical fame and a dying Civil War soldier. And nowadays you can find the worship team at his church or singing karaoke in the living room with the wife. And Jed works for, how do you say it? What's the company? How do you say it?
Lucent Company.
Lucent Company in Pomfret. That's near me. I live in Putnam, Connecticut. Whoop, whoop. Representing the nutmeg state.
Tax state.
Yes. Rhode Island doesn't take out nearly enough taxes to satisfy Connecticut. Look at that. Jed loves to tinker, fix, and build. He loves building 3D puzzles. That's ambitious.
Pretty talented at it.
Yeah. And has most recently set his mind on restoring an antique dresser. Oh, I like that.
Long in the works.
Nice.
Long in the works.
Like his wife, Jed also likes to run long distances. Honey, no. He's also finishing his final semester of college at Quinebaug Valley Community College, QVCC, representing, I'm an alumnus.
Awesome.
And he will have General Studies Associate in May. Awesome. I love QV. It's an excellent school.
True story.
Oh my God. I got so much help from them. Because really,
great.
Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing. And I was way older than you. So looking forward to singing your song.
Yay.
I don't know you, but I want you all the more for that.
I am. Is it okay that I was singing along? Because I really like that song.
We do too. Such a great musical. We love that one. If you haven't seen it, check it out once. Wonderful music.
It's from a musical? I'm like really not, I didn't know that.
Yes!
Yeah.
They made a really great film version of it too, so highly recommend.
I only remember the song from American Idol. That's where I heard it.
One of my favorites. I love it.
Yeah, well, like the harmony is so nice.
I
Like
know, it's
each
really
part,
tight.
it's gorgeous. It's just gorgeous.
And I wasn't the one singing those high notes. I just want to point out. Sweet, sweet pipes over here.
I wasn't singing the high notes either. Oh, you guys are very talented. We are so lucky to have you.
Thank you.
And someday we'll be like on a real stage together and it'll be really nice.
That would be great.
In person. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now we got the Lauder girls coming back.
We back.
They back. You back, girls. How are you?
Good.
How you been since I saw you 40 minutes?
Before we forget, we want to give a shout out to Tom Logry, who did our recording for us. So
He did an amazing job.
yeah.
Okay.
We wanted to give him a little shout out. We're hoping he's on here, but just in case.
All right. Awesome. Shout out to Tom. Thank you, Tom. Lucy
Yeah,
says thank you.
Oh, and Kitty. This is our foster dog. Shout out to Vintage Pet Rescue.
Oh.
Our little foster.
Aw. He's so cute. Everyone has their, this is so cool. And you have, when you have online shows, you can bring your pets with you. You can have your cat on your lap as you're hosting and your dog as you're being interviewed.
Yeah, that's right.
Always looking on the bright side. That's me.
That's right.
All right. Let's watch your video, ladies.
Right. Sounds good.
Wise men say that only fools rush in. Oh, why
Ah, very nice.
Hey, shout out to my husband. It wasn't Elvis, but that was our first song at our wedding.
Oh, that's so romantic. Oh, I was singing along with you too.
Aw.
Can't help it. You can't help but sing
Can't help
along
it.
with that
Yeah.
song. I'm so happy to see you guys. I mean,
Yes, we miss everyone.
yes, yes. I miss all of my Swamp Meadow friends.
I know.
Yeah, yeah.
Dinner is like the biggest thing I miss.
Yeah. Like
one day.
I know.
Hopefully
We just have to be patient. Not my strong suit, but I'll do my
Mine
best.
either.
Nope. I loved seeing you. I hope to see you in real life soon.
Yes. Thanks so much. Thanks for having us.
You did such a wonderful job. Thank you
Thank
for your melodious voices.
Aw. Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.
Next up, we got Shannon and Brady McLeod. Hi.
Hi. Hi, everyone.
These are people that I haven't seen in a year.
I know. And like all this talk of like Into the Woods is making me sad because that was the last show I was in the middle of directing.
It's
And
gonna
just hearing
come
everyone's
back.
voices and like just seeing everyone. I just miss you guys.
We miss you.
The dog, yes.
And wow, there's the dog. Hi, bud. My
Brady's
cat
just
just
sitting here
got
very patiently with cookies, trying to get the dog to sit.
done. And Shannon, your hair has gotten so long.
I know. I don't go to the salon. Like I don't do anything. I teach and I come home and that's it.
That's good enough, I guess, for now.
Yeah.
So what do you guys let's see. Brady and Shannon have both been part of Swamp Meadow. Brady likes Swamp Meadow and has been on and off stage. He was the spotlight operator for the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, the lights operator for Lessons of Legend, and was on stage for Shrek. He is also going to be at the light board for Into the Woods, and he likes hockey and video games. I am a hockey fan myself. Yes, I am. Shannon is his mom, and she has been behind the scenes here at Swamp Meadow Community Theater as the assistant director for You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, and the director for the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. And when the pandemic struck, she was in the middle of directing the stellar cast for Into the Woods, all people who are unbelievable singers, like wow kind of singers.
Like amazing. It's a bucket list show for me to direct, but then like the cast I got, Katie and I were floored.
Seriously, like, yeah, it was amazing to the few rehearsals that we had. It was just so incredible to listen to people just belt out these songs, and everybody kind of knew the songs already because people who wanted to be in that show loved that show, and so knew, had been singing the songs. So it was like, and some of those songs are really hard.
Super hard. Well, everyone always says like, don't do Sondheim because he's so hard. But like, I think first of all, Katie Rose, our music director, is like amazing. I think that was also a big like part of it. But I mean, they just did such a great job. All of you did. I miss you guys.
I know. We all miss each other. So Shannon is going to be sharing a scene crafted by her son Brady based on their favorite improv game. And Shannon is the creative director for Swamp Meadow Community Theater. Ta-da. Let's watch your video.
Can we have Wendy?
No.
Why?
Because you had it yesterday.
Can we have McDonald's?
No.
Why?
No, Vic Cloud.
Can we have Burger King?
I am the Burger King.
Can we have a cat?
No, we already have a dog. No, we already have a dog.
Can we have a real shark?
No, We have fish.
Why?
Because we have fish. He will eat them, and they will be dead.
Can I have more Legos?
No.
Why?
Just the other day I stepped on a Lego piece. Ow.
Can I have some money, like $50?
No. Why?
Why?
These look like money trees to you, and also get a job.
Why are we making this video?
Because
why?
Because we support Swamp Meadow, and you should too.
Why?
Because I said so!
The improv game is called Because They Said So. He wasn't being snarky at the end.
Oh, I love it. I was. Does this look like a money tree to you?
Yeah, he came up with that line.
That was excellent. I'm sure these are things that he's never heard you say.
Oh, no, never. I've never told my 12-year-old to get a job.
Can we have Mondays? No. Can we have Burger King? No. I am the Burger King. That was very good.
Good job.
That was excellent. I loved it.
Thank you.
Loved it.
Thank
Yeah. I was giggling the whole time. And your mom's pretty good at the why. Has she heard that before?
Yeah, a little bit.
We all ask it sometimes. Thank you for your creativity.
Oh, thank you guys.
And your
Yay,
humor.
Swamp Meadow.
Yay, Swamp Meadow. Yay. And now, closing out the show, my friend Marin, she's coming back. And she is going to be singing the theme from MASH. So come on up, Marin. Talk to me, girl. Where are you? Hi.
Hello.
Are you wearing your MASH sweatshirt?
I am.
All right.
Yeah, I am. Before we go on with this last performance, I just want to, because I totally forgot to do this earlier with Audrey in the opening, I just want to give a friendly shout out to Kevin Broccoli, who actually wrote the God and the Sheep scene / sketch that she and I performed. So he's kind of people who are fans of him who may be watching this tonight kind of know him as kind of one of the theater poster childs of Rhode Island, and he runs Epic Theater Company in Cranston, and he's written some full-length plays, but he really started off doing all these little workshops, writing all these monologues and two to three person scenes, which act like little vignettes on stage. And some of them, like the Gods and the Sheep scene that we did earlier, were like hilarious. So just a shout out to Kevin, who gave us permission to use that tonight and re-show our little blast from the past video.
Well, thank you, Kevin.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
Yes.
We appreciate everybody who's watching tonight.
Yes.
And we appreciate everyone who's performed. Thank you, Marin.
Yes, that too. Like, no pressure that I had to open and close this show, but I chose this song. This was a song that was featured in MASH, when our stage production of MASH a few years back. And when I found out we were doing a stage production of MASH, all I wanted to do was be the character that sings the song. That's all. Like, I didn't need any lines or want a name. I just wanted to be the one who sang the song. When I was in high school, so I had grown up with a TV show, like most of us have. For me, and reruns, because I was only born in 1985. But I had no idea that previous to it being a television show, it was first a book based on a true story about these doctors, these doctors and surgeons living during the Korean War. And then it was a film in the late 60s with Donald Sutherland. And one day my father was watching it. I'm like, what is this? And he's like, MASH. And I'm like, this doesn't look like MASH. I don't know. That's not the Hawkeye I know. Like, who are these people? And he's like, just watch it. Just watch it. So then this scene comes on with Painless, the character Painless. He, the great thing about MASH, even the TV show, it took such a serious, dark subject, which is war and the horrors of war and people dying around you. But found the humor and the lightheartedness in those moments in order to help them get through what they needed to get through and get their jobs done and save lives. So I was familiar with the haunting melody of the TV from the TV show, but it's just when you watch TV, it's just the instruments. It's that and it's very haunting and eerie and ethereal and wonderful. But he's this Painless. He tells Hawkeye and his friends, like, I don't think I want to live anymore. I don't think I have anything worth living for. So of course they don't want their friend to kill himself. So they pretend, they give him a sugar pill telling him it's poison, and he lies down. And I don't want to give too much of it away, but let's just say he finds something at the end of the song worth living for. So in that way, they therapeutically help their friend. And I was just amazed. I was mesmerized by these song lyrics for someone who at the time I was probably around 16, and high school can be really complicated, dangerous, scary, depressing place. And that was when I was first diagnosed with anxiety and depression when in my teenage years. And I was like the weird theater chorus kid that didn't always fit in and had issues. And so when I first heard the song, it was like a light bulb lit up in my head. I didn't find it as like, oh yeah, it's saying suicide's okay. Like, yeah, let's go do that. No, I listened to these lyrics and I'm like, this is gorgeous. Whoever wrote this, they get it. They get the struggles and the heartbreaks of life that sometimes make us all go into a dark place and think those thoughts, I really miss everyone at Swamp Meadow, and I really miss this production. Even though I was just in that one scene, it was one of the best shows I ever did at Swamp Meadows, where I met you, Becky, and lots of other cool people like Kelly McCabe and everyone. And it was the first show that my friend Keith Johnson was a part of, who I'd known for years. And I had been like trying to light a fire in his butt to come audition at Swamp Meadow, and then he finally did. So I was thinking, the reason we're doing the Follies virtually this year is because all this crap going on with COVID, and we can't be together. And I think really now we have cause to, we sometimes probably feel this way more now than other times. But I want people, when they're listening, to sort of see the hope in it. And I don't want to give too much away, but there's some special images of people from the past in Swamp Meadow. And I want people to remember the good times and keep in mind when they're watching this video that this too shall pass. And we're all going to be together again someday and doing this in person, not just virtually. So yeah, after that big long spiel, I'm very sorry. That's what I wanted to say. So thank you. And thank you, Becky, for everything, for hosting and whatnot.
Do 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 do. Through early morning fog I see the visions of the things to be, the pains that are withheld from me. I realize and I can see that suicide is painless. It brings on many changes, and I can take or leave it if I please. I try to find a way to make all our little joys relate without this ever-present hate. But now I know that it's too late, and suicide is painless. It brings on many changes, and I can can take or leave it if I please. The game of life is hard to play. I'm gonna lose it anyway. The losing card I'll someday lay. So this is all I have to say. That suicide is painless. It brings on many changes, and I can take or leave it if I please. The only way to win is cheat and lay it down before I'm beat, and to another give my seat, for that's the only painless feat. That suicide is painless. It brings on many changes, and I can take or leave it if I please. The sword of time will pierce our skins. It doesn't hurt when it begins, but as it works its way on in, the pain grows stronger. Watch it grin. But suicide is painless. It brings on many changes, and I can take or leave it if I please. A brave man once requested me to answer questions that are key. Is it to be or not to be? And I replied, oh, why ask me? 'Cause suicide is painless. It brings on many changes, and I can take or leave it if I please. 'Cause suicide is painless. It brings on many changes, and I can take or leave it if I please. And you can do the same thing if you please.
Yeah, so that's that. Lots of familiar faces, some that have moved away, some that are no longer with us on this in this world, but we'll forever have them in our hearts. And the ones that are still here with us, we're all gonna get together and do this again. And when you get depressed, suicide, the thing about it, yes, it's maybe painless, because the ones really affected it are the ones you leave behind, not yourself so much. You're gone, you don't feel anything anymore. But it brings on many changes, and so it's important to remember and think about that and hold on to that hope that this too shall soon pass. So yeah. Hi. A little bit. You're a little fuzzy. You sound far away.
Becky lost her internet connection and had to
Oh
come to my
no.
phone.
Becky, we lost you.
We're not hearing you, Becky.
We can't really hear you, Becky. Sorry. But we
is.
love you and thank you for being a phenomenal host and doing this for us because you're amazing. And I'm so glad I met you in MASH.
Me too. Thank you for having me.
There we go. Now we got you.
Yes, there we go.
I'm going to ask everybody to come back on to say goodnight and let Becky do a wrap up.
A wrap up. This is amazing. This was an excellent show. It was great right up until I lost my internet connection, and then had to switch to a different computer and try my phone, and it didn't work. It was awesome. I got Tyler, I got Emma and Jed, I got Audrey, I got Shannon and Brady, I got Justin, got Maya and Drake, though I only see Drake, and Marin, there's Marin, and I got Maya, and I got Karina and Holly. And thank you to Dennis and Eric for doing our technical stuff, because this is not my forte. I don't know if you can tell. So I guess I'm going to say goodnight. Everybody unmute and say goodnight. Oh, there's Mary Jo. Thanks to Mary Jo. Yay.
Hey, good night, everyone. Good to see
Thanks
you all,
to-
even
Yes,
from
thank you.
even from virtually. Love you guys.
Oh, we love you.
And thanks to all our performers and all of our guests tonight and our patrons. Without each of you, the talent, and those of you sitting enjoying it, thank you all. And again, we'll see you on one of our virtual productions and someday in our own theater. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for
Good night.
Thank you all. You all did great.
Good night, everyone. Thanks.
Thanks,
See you all
everybody.
soon. Bye.